Hello everyone, today I'm going to go through how to solve problems in physics. This method of solving problems is applicable from National 4 all the way through to Advanced Higher and is an important skill to master in order to maximise the amount of marks you gain in your tests or exams. In this example, it's from National 5 and I'm going to go through the 5-step process that can be used across all questions. This example says, sprinter Usain Bolt set the 100 metres world record with a time of 9.58 seconds at the 2009 Olympics. Calculate his average speed during the race. The first step is to go through this question and write down all the values that were given. I like to call this a data list, and it's a very important step to set you up to go on and get the rest of your marks. In this question, reading through the question for a second time, sprinter Usain Bolt set the 100 metre world record. That piece of information goes onto our data list as a distance, so D equals 100 metres. We continue reading through the question with a time of 9.58 seconds, which tells us here. So that again goes onto our data list as a time T equals 9.58 seconds. At the 2009 Olympics, calculate his average speed during this time. So the average speed is what we're being asked to find. That goes on our data list as well, but this time we put a question mark to tell us that's what we're trying to figure out. In order to make a data list properly, you need to know the symbols of each of the different values. So for example, in this, you need to know distance is D, time is T, and speed is V. Step 2 would be to convert these values into the standard base units. For example, distance here would need to be in metres, which we've already got, and time needs to be in seconds, which we also already have. So there's no conversion required in this example. However, if the distance was in kilometres, you would need to times it by 1,000 to get rid of the prefix, or if time is in minutes, you would need to times it by 60 to put it into seconds. This third step is the step that gets you your first mark, and that's for simply writing out the correct formula. In this example, the formula would be D equals VT, or distance equals speed times time. This is a formula that all physics students should be familiar with from third year onwards. The next step, step number 4, is to substitute in the values we have in our data list into our formula. So you start off at the formula, and you look at it, so you've got the letter D for distance. In our formula list, or in our data list, we have the number 100. So the letter number 100 goes in underneath there. The equal sign always stays in the same place. Next we have the letter V, which we had as a question mark, because speed's what we're being asked to find. So in this case, we just keep that as the letter V, and then we're multiplying that by time, which we had as 9.58 seconds. Once you get to this stage, that is 2 marks out of the possible 3 from this question. The next step would then be to rearrange the equation, and this is what people find the most difficult. We have V multiplied by 9.58, and depending on how you've been taught in maths, we need to get V on its own. One method is change side, change sign. Another method might be whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you do to the other. It's a 9.58 we're going to have to move here because it's attached to the V. It's multiplied, so it's speed times 9.58. To move the 9.58 to the other side of the equal side, change sign, it becomes a divide. So the next line would become speed is equals to 100 divided by 9.58. The final step in this would be then to put that into your calculator. 100 divided by 9.58. Once you've done that, you'll get your value to be 10.4384136. Now, we don't want to write this value in as our final answer, as there's too many significant figures there, and we would lose marks. As a general rule, we want to keep the number of significant figures to 3. So in this case, if we were to round that, we would have speed to be 10.4. That's still not me finished, as I'm missing a key piece of information, and that is our units of metres per second. You don't want to forget your units, as you've done all the hard work, and you'd lose the last mark if you didn't include them. In summary, we need to follow these 5 steps when solving problems in physics. Step 1 is to create a data list down the left-hand side of your page, using the information from the question, putting it in symbol form. Step number 2 is to convert your values in the data list into standard units, getting rid of any prefixes such as kilo or mega, and converting time from hours or minutes into seconds. The next step is using the information in your data list to help you. Once you've written down the correct formula, this will award you your first mark. To substitute them into the formula. By valuing into the correct place, you'll then earn your second mark. To get the final mark, you then need to rearrange and solve the equation, making sure you give the final answer with units and round appropriately to 3 decimal places. By following these steps, you can maximise your marks in both tests and exams.
We believe in you.
We believe in you.